everybody, Norm over here. I got my nephew, Joe Bonamassa's in.
This is it, by the way. This is it for the month. I'm the customer of the month, ladies and gentlemen.
He said he needed a small travel guitar. So.
I needed a small, yeah, something that easily fit in the overhead. The airlines won't, you know, like, yeah, this is it. This is it. We've had wild adventures in the last 3 weeks.
I've heard you say that before.
This is it for a minute. I'm leaving tomorrow. I literally have to extricate myself from this town to keep from coming up here. I was here yesterday. I live upstairs.
That's why we call him a victim and a customer.
Customer of the month. I've definitely got customer of the month.
This month you definitely have.
Yes,
no question.
I want that at least the accolade, you know.
And he's running for Congress over here. House of Representatives.
I got a buddy who gives me all. He's in Congress and he gives me all the the Congress swag. So, but all right, this is it.
All right, can you just play a little bit on this thing, just so people hear what this does?
Well, these are big, unwieldy beasts, but this is cool. It's got the staple pickups. Yeah, it's wild. I used to have a Super 400 when I was a kid, and because I used to see like Steve Howe. Yeah.
Robin Ford.
Yeah, and it's like Robin Ford had one. I don't know how they, people, what's the whatever they used to, all those sus chords, but like, it was like you see Steve Howe with one, you'll see Robin Ford. I'm like,
well, that's a real guitar. When you look at that,
well, this was the top of the
those
heat.
Fender, those Fender solid bodies.
And yeah, like this is one of the old school. This is. And those guys would put the cases in bags. They polish them after the gig.
Yeah.
Not like the solid bodies. We just throw them around, So
those are serious players. This has got the Alnico pickups. Stunning example. This has been in my warehouse for 30 years.
I know. And so I saw this the other day, and I was like, I don't have one. I don't really dabble in this kind of thing. So if you're gonna have one, this is it.
He left the other day, and I was just walking out the door, and he called me, and he went, Norm, you know that Super 400 CES?
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew I had them.
Yeah. So there we go. Here we are again.
Well, you walk into the gate with this, you better be able to play.
Yeah. I mean, like Kid Ramos used to play a ES5. Yeah. Robin, like you said, he had a Super 400. Yeah. Steve Howe and all. I'm like, you have to really be far away from your amplifier.
Oh yeah, you got to know where to stand and all that.
Yeah, and
Kid Ramos used to play with James Harmon, who was a buddy of mine. I actually played on a couple of tunes for him years ago on the record.
Right. Now, didn't Scotty Moore have a Super 400?
He did. Yes, he did.
He had a Florentine, and then he ended up having to get back from the Elvis estate because on the comeback special, Elvis played one song on the acoustic and then said, no, I want to be the electric guy. So Scotty Moore ended up
handed him the guitar.
And then Elvis walked with the guitar. Anyway.
What are you going to say to Elvis? That's my guitar?
Probably, if it was me. If I paid as much, if I paid a lot of money for the Super 4. Anyway, thank you for the hospitality.
Thank you, buddy. You're headed to the road again?
Where we start a week from tomorrow. So I don't know when this is going to air, but we start a week from tomorrow in Louisville, Kentucky. And no, this will not be on stage because it's this will be a house studio guitar.
It will. I mean, it's so fat sounding. When you play those single notes up there, it's fat.
Yeah. It's Super 400.
Hardest working man in show business.
Better be after all these purchases.
That's right. I'm going to keep him working. Because if you go see him and you want to know why he's working so hard and doing so many dates,
it's the Norm's Rare Guitars payment plan.
That's right.
It's the weekly VIG I have to come up with.
All right. I love you, buddy.
Love you too. Thanks.
All right, Joe Bonamassa.